Welcome to Fireside Chat with the Sogstens. Is this thing on?
Okay, we're back with another fertility series video.
What are we doing today?
We want to talk through the whole category of donor. Because you can't make a baby without one if you didn't know.
We need sperm.
We need the juice.
Yeah, again, spoiler alert, we need sperm.
Gross. I called it the juice.
You did call it the juice.
Now, if you watched our previous video, we talked through our fertility clinic choice, our decision to go with IVF, whose egg, whose uterus, my egg, my uterus, using a fertility clinic. Oh, I'm doing this with my hands. Now we're going to talk through donor.
How we chose.
Yeah. For a while, our first fertility series video, we talked about how we kind of started this whole process back in, was it 2019? The beginning of 2019. We were looking at doing things with Amanda, and at that point we were really gung-ho on sperm bank.
Sperm bank. Yep.
Getting sperm from a bank that was already cleaned, washed, tested, verified.
There's pictures, there's baby pictures, there's adult photos.
Recommend maybe not looking at adult photos because they're quite different.
Just in our experience.
They're quite different than what the baby photos look like. And I feel like that's kind of the consensus across the board for people.
I had a friend tell me that. She's like, if you do anything, just don't look at the adult photos.
But we read their profiles. We read what the associates that worked at the clinics thought about them because they... Hello. They give like a full kind of review. First impressions. You can listen to a voice recording from them. You can go read through their entire family history, find out their genetic testing.
I mean, it's great.
All of that. Yeah, there's a lot of information that you can do. What we found is that California Sperm Bank and Seattle Sperm Bank were kind of the top two in the country. And it's about $900, $950 per vial.
Per vial.
For us at the time, we were like, okay, if we're going to do IUI, because that initially with Amanda, that's kind of what we were looking at, was doing IUI with sperm from a sperm bank.
My doctor at the time in UCLA didn't even suggest IVF given my age or anything. She just said, we're going to start with IUI. We're going to do this, this, and this. And that was it. And I was like, oh, that sounds easy. Let's just go ahead and do that. Let's just go pick out some sperm and we'll just go and do it. And now I'm pregnant.
Put it up there and we'll have a baby.
So we poured a couple glasses of wine and started picking out donors. And we did find a couple. And it was important to us at the time, since it was at the time was going to be my egg, that the baby, or the donor, excuse me, looked like her. So we found a couple and we were pretty happy with the choice. And then it kind of just stopped from there and we didn't really move forward. We didn't buy sperm at the time. We
never bought sperm. We had some people ask if we wanted to use someone from my family. I do have a brother who we look very much alike.
Yes.
That kind of felt weird to us. What is he going to be? Uncle brother?
Yeah. That was
Uncle brother,
weird.
Daddy? Like,
yeah, it was weird.
First off, Daddy will never be in the picture because there is no dad. There's two moms.
There's just two mommies.
There's just two mommies. Fast forward, didn't go through the process at that time.
Put it on hold.
When we moved to Portland and we were going through all of our decisions, we looked at adoption, thought that that might be a choice for us.
Yeah, we looked at adoption after I was kind of thinking my egg quality wasn't going to work. And she at the time still did not have any desire to carry. We looked into adoption. We called a lawyer, we talked to friends, and we were really close to like getting the home study done and everything. And like I said, I have a sister who was adopted and we reconnected. And so that to me was kind of like, oh, that does make sense for us to do. And then again, that kind of got put on hold because I think, I don't know, it just got put on hold. It was a lot of things just kept getting...
Well, it just wasn't right. It just wasn't right for us. So things got put on hold for a reason. You know, everything happens for a reason. As cliche as it is, it's very true. Very true. Once we then got to the point where, okay, I have to carry a baby. And I greenlit, she greenlit. It's go time. We need to start to jump back into the process and get things done. We again started thinking about sperm bank searching.
Looked in Seattle.
Looked in Seattle since we're closer now.
Yeah. When also ORM, our fertility clinic, It's kind of partnered with Seattle Sperm Bank, so that made sense for us. So we started looking there again.
And we have some friends that have used them, and they definitely recommended them. They ship for free because they are partnered with ORM, so that would help with the cost.
So this time we started looking for donors that looked like me. It was really important for me at the time that I wanted just a little Norwegian Swedish baby. And that's very hard to find sperm like that. We wanted like, you know, blonde hair, blue-eyed. Shockingly, we didn't really find that many.
But I also want to put a caveat in there that our decision to put importance or weight on the donor looking like one of us, depending upon who was going to use their egg, was really just that we had the highest chance of our child looking like both of us.
Yeah.
Not that it really matters at the end of the day. What matters is, I mean, we were going to go through adoption, right? And that baby wouldn't have been from either of us.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we want a healthy baby. We want a family, right? If the donor can look like one of us, that's
a bonus.
Cherry on the icing on top of the cake, right?
And you had a friend that basically since the day her and I met, one of her friends was like, if you guys ever have kids, I will donate. I will donate right now.
Yeah, I had a couple friends actually offer, and one very much is similar to me in terms of
dark hair,
eyebrows, like the coloring. Yeah, and the other one kind of was a little bit more similar to you, and he came a little bit later in the game, but it was an amazing feeling to have people offer to do that because it's a really big ask. And I think at the time we were really, as you would have already guessed throughout this process, a little wishy-washy because we weren't sure. Do we want to know the person that's going to be biologically related to our child? Do we want to see them in our lives? Do we want to see them pop up on social media? Like, what is that going to entail? And we also thought that it would be a cheaper route. I think the general consensus is that it's cheaper to go with a known donor.
Yeah, if we know them and they have sperm, we can get it anytime we want. That's what we assumed.
Spoiler alert, it's not.
It's not.
It's definitely not. One day, we have a friend in our life who is the spitting image of Amanda. He's basically Amanda in male form.
He is my twin.
He is.
Mentally
a lot of physical similarities, emotional, personality-wise. They have the same feet.
Yeah, same feet.
Which, like, who cares about that? But we joke that his partner is like me and he is like Amanda.
Yeah.
We all of a sudden were like, oh my God, why don't we ask our friend?
Yeah.
That would be perfect. Not only would we make a beautiful child biologically together, but it's basically Amanda in male form.
Yeah.
I was ready to ask, like, text him, let's jump on a call, I want to ask now. And Amanda
I was like, no, we can't just ask him like that.
Like, why not?
Yeah, so I actually texted his girlfriend, who's a good friend of mine, and I was like, do you think he would say yes if we asked him? And she's like, well, there's one way to know. And I was like, oh my God, we can't just text him this. It doesn't seem right. So we ended up scheduling like a FaceTime between all of us just to kind of catch up. And then a couple days later, we scheduled a FaceTime call for him.
We have some footage of us asking our donor. And we prefaced it with, you'll see in the video, but we wanted to ask if he would consider. We wanted to give him time to do research, him and his girlfriend to do the research on it and, you know, be clear and firm in their decision. Because again, I mean, it's a big ask. For us, we're not looking for someone to be a father to our child. We just, like I said, need the juice. And
say juice. It's so gross.
We need the sperm. Let's call it what it is.
Sperm.
We need the sperm. And we aren't looking for a father. We need the sperm. And we are okay with this person being an uncle, as our friends would be, aunts and uncles, you know. But
I think for us now, this is the only way I can see it is to know the person. I can't imagine our child not knowing who their donor is until they're 18 or...
Yeah, so if you go with a sperm bank, you can choose profiles that are closed. You'll never know anything about that person, or you can choose an open donor, which when your child is 18, they have the opportunity to contact the donor for any questions they may have. They're open medically, things of that nature. And we couldn't really fathom having a child and them having questions that we may not be able to answer and then making them wait until they're 18.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to us. No. And it may make sense to others and whatever, you know.
And it did make sense to us 3 years ago.
What time?
3 years ago, it was the only way we could see it. And now I can't see it any other way than to have a known donor and to have the donor that we've chosen.
Specifically.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no right or wrong way to do this.
Yeah.
It's totally
it's
personal preference and how you want to build your family. Again, another plus side to this is that you get to choose how you want to build your family, which I think is a really beautiful aspect to our, you know, unique situation being two women. Let's roll the clip. Yellow.
Yellow.
What's up, ladies?
What's up?
How's it going? So what's going on?
Just casual Wednesday.
Just chilling.
Hanging out.
Chilling.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we have something pretty monumental to ask you.
I'm so
And we want to, I want to preface this with like no expectation in any way, shape, or form. There's a lot of layers to it. So I'm just going to get the main topic out of the way and then we can talk further.
okay.
Whew. So obviously, you know, we want to make a baby and we have considered a lot of different options, and we would be interested to know if you would consider being a private donor for us.
I would totally consider that.
What?
So
I couldn't even ask. I've been so nervous. I wanted to do it and I'm just like, oh my God, I can't. I'm like literally so nervous. You are like my brother. Like we are the same person. And like, it's when we met you, I was like, I thought about it in the back of my head for so long. And now it's like, I can't think of anyone else. There's literally no one else that I'm going to start crying.
I know.
There's no one else.
Yeah,
there's just no one else. And it would be her egg and you. Like it would be, that's what it would be. And you're a spitting image of me and we're so similar. Like, just like looking at you right now, I'm just like, it's crazy. Like for me personally, I just can't, there's no one else for me. Like there isn't.
That's so sweet. And it would be very well known, like, if you were okay with that, at least to the child, like who their donor was. And what's important about that for us is that we want our kid to be able to know like where they come from. And if that's an agreed thing upon us, should you choose to accept this or whatever, that's something that we would iron out, you know, with a lawyer, and it'd be on paper and not to make it all scary, but like that, there would be things in place to protect everybody and to make everyone comfortable. So there's a lot that goes into it, but we wanted to at least like get it in your head so that you could think about it and we could talk about it and at least go from there.
You know, I'm gonna do some research and whatever, but I'm so like touched that you asked me.
Aww.
I'm like Lily in tears.
I know. Trying to hold it together.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds amazing, and you know, at first blush, I think I'd be happy to do that.
Yeah, that's so amazing. It is.
So, wow.
Big day, huh? Big day.
It's a lot.
Oh, you guys. I'm honored. This is awesome to hear. This is it.
We're so happy that you are reacting that way.
Yeah, I've been just like sitting here checking the clock every 5 minutes and like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. And I wanted to be the one to ask, and I'm like, I can't. I physically cannot do it. I'm better now. I feel
you're
okay
better now. You're better now. There's a lot that goes into it, but you know, research it, text us with questions, text us with thoughts. Like, I don't want you to feel at the same time like pressure. Like, there's many ways for us to make a baby, you know. It's not, you're not our last resort, but you're our first choice.
But you're our first choice.
And you know, we would be honored as much as you're saying, you know, you're honored to be asked, and that's what we wanted to talk about.
Yeah. Is this what you thought it was?
No, you guys, I had no idea. I'm racking my brain like, what could they? I was like, big afternoon?
Big afternoon.
Big afternoon.
Okay. Well, let us know what
Let
you're
us know.
Awesome. Oh, you guys, I'm
Okay.
so happy for you. And cool.
Cool.
It's amazing.
We'll talk soon.
Later. We love you.
Love you, dude.
We love you.
All right. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Oh my God.
Okay, so there is that video of us asking
I was
our
so
friends
nervous.
So nervous.
So nervous.
You did good. It was very emotional. Obviously,
I
cried. We all had
cried.
some tears. After that call, we gave him some time to research and think about it. And we checked in with him maybe a couple weeks after via text. And he came back with an easy 100%, yes. Let's do it. And we were like, oh my God, this is so like major.
Yeah, it's huge. It's a huge thing. It's a huge yes.
But it's not just as simple as him saying yes. There is a long road ahead of us with testing on his side now. So what our fertility clinic does is when there is a known donor with a couple, they assign a known donor coordinator, and that person coordinates everything with the donor in terms of testing, logistical planning, getting them in for their donation, things of that nature. So the point that we're at now is that he has an appointment in a few days time from when we're filming this to have a sperm analysis, an infectious disease test, which the FDA requires. They have to screen for certain infectious diseases. And then if he passes those, obviously with flying colors, which fingers crossed, praying to all the gods, whatever it is that you do, send us good vibes because this is like what we want.
Yeah.
Then he'll go on to genetic testing. And we have to do genetic testing on him because we found out I'm a carrier for two things when I did my genetic testing. Again, carrier doesn't mean I have these things, but we want to make sure that he doesn't have the same genetic mutations that I have that would then affect a potential baby. That's kind of where we're at for that. We're not sure what our next fertility video will look like. Probably, hopefully, if he passes his test, we'll next be talking about injections and timeline. Oh, I'm afraid of the shots.
Yeah.
But whatever it takes.
I can't wait to give them to her.
I might do them myself. I don't know if I trust you.
You 100% will do them yourself because you won't trust me.
I'll just be like, make sure I'm putting it in the right cheek.
Yeah, she won't trust me. I know it.
Okay, so that's it. I hope you guys are enjoying our series so far and that you're learning things and that
we're still learning things.
We're still learning things. And again, I believe we mentioned in the last video, our GoFundMe link is in our description below if you feel so inclined to help us, you know, make this baby because it's very expensive, and or a simple share to your friends and family is also very helpful. It's important to subscribe so you don't miss a video, and hopefully we will be able to reach more people and, you know, provide information to the queer masses of what it takes to make a baby. And that's really what we're hoping to show.
Yeah. Until next time.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.